right now we have some lure giveaways going on, the Fighting the Fish Facebook page, and what I want to do is I want to show you guys how to make custom fishing skirts for your bass jigs, spinner baits, and buzz baits. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of these custom lures, and then I'm going to send them out to the winners of the giveaway. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I've got a Plano box here filled with a bunch of skirts and skirt making tools. And what I'm going to start with is something really easy. I'm just going to make a really basic fishing skirt here. So I've got these silicone tabs, okay? And this one right here is a living image skirt called Virginia Creeper. So that's our basic skirt tab. So I've got two tabs together, and now I have a skirt making tool. And what I do is I put this here like that, okay? Then I'm going to use a rattle harness. I think I bought these rattle harnesses from Jan's Netcraft, and I'm going to push the harness into there, just like that, okay? Now using this hook, I'm going to put the hook through there, and I'm going to hook the tabs together. Now I pull about halfway, put the rattle harness onto the skirt. Now I'm just going to take my scissors here. I'm going to cut the tabs off the skirt. I think I'm going to go with a football jig on this one, and this is one of my custom football jigs here. And I'm going to take the football jig, and I'm just going to stick the hook in the center. Okay, so I just brought the rattle harness up to the center of the hook, and now, you know, I think this skirt, I think it's a little long for the smaller football head jig. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim some of the skirt off, just give it a little haircut. And there we go. We've got a real nice looking jig right there. I mean, this is an awesome football jig. I would definitely throw this for smallies. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a jig with a silicone skirt and round rubber. The round rubber is really, really inexpensive. So if you're looking to do something like this for a lure company, you can save a lot of money by using round rubber and one silicone tab instead of two silicone tabs. One thing is the round rubber looks amazing in the water also, but it is a little bit harder to work with. And most of the lure companies that are selling their jigs with round rubber and silicone are selling them as premium skirts and selling them a lot more because it is cheaper but harder to work with. So just like before, okay, you can pause that. So once again, I'm putting on a rattle harness on my skirt making tool, just sliding it onto the tool. And now I have my round rubber and my silicone tab. I'm not going to be able to use the hook to pull the round rubber through, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it like so, and I'm going to just put a little bit of it through the tube. Just like that. That's about as far as I'm going to get it. But now I slide the harness back onto the skirt material, and I pull the harness down. Okay, now, once I have that even, now the kind of the hard part here is pulling the individual tabs apart. So now I'm going to pull all this round rubber apart, and this is a little time consuming and a little tedious, but we're going to have a really nice looking jig when we're done with this. Okay, so I just peeled apart all the tabs. It only took about a minute. I'm going to cut off the ends of the silicone tab. Adjust my harness a little bit here. And I happen to have a lot of football jigs in the box here, so I'm just going to use another football jig for this. And there we have a really nice looking skirt. And these round rubber tabs, they really look cool in the water. They really flare up and look really cool. I might have to trim this one a little bit, but you can see a really nice skirt there. Here's a swim jig that I just made a minute ago using white round rubber and Cumberland Craw from Living Image. This one's going to definitely go in our giveaway box. And we're probably going to keep doing lure giveaways like every 100 subscribers. So, subscribe to our channel, subscribe to our Facebook page, or I should say like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and we're going to keep giving these lures away. For this next one, I'm going to do a spinnerbait, and I don't need a rattle on my spinnerbait, so I'm just using a regular harness here. It doesn't have a rattle on it, and it puts the cost down just a little bit. So when we're dealing with lures, if you're thinking about retailing lures, every penny definitely counts. So I'm fishing a lake where there's a lot of small bass around, and the big bass might be feeding on those little bass. So I'm going to do a baby bass color on a spinnerbait right now. So now I have one of my custom blank spinnerbaits, and I'm just going to put the hook through the skirt, through the harness, push it up there, and there we go. We've got a nice baby bass color spinnerbait. This is going to go in one of the Fighting the Fish free boxes for you guys. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed our tutorial on making fishing skirts. I like to keep a box like this in my boat with lots of different tabs. I've got perch belly, baby bass, red. We've got some fire tiger underneath there, like a natural craw, Virginia creeper, Cumberland craw, of course black and blue. And if I'm fishing and I need to match the hatch, I always want to make sure I have a lot of different colors so that very quickly I can make a skirt if I need to.